Job done.
I don't know if we're casting from Malaysia or Myanmar right now, man, because the Falcon fans in the building, they're going crazy. The Burmese in the building are going crazy.
They've been going crazy the whole time, even before the teams had walked up on stage. So you can really see the support being shown here for Falcon Esports. That should definitely play into their winning chances quite a bit. And of course, as per usual, guys, the M6 Pass is available from the 18th of November to the 29th of December. Make sure to complete all active tasks during the event to reach level 75 for free and get amazing rewards, including Claude's Battle Emote, Baxia's Battle Emote, special skin Baxia Dauntless Shield, as well as several other things like Claude's M6 exclusive skin, Challenger Spark.
Ooh, or the Prime skin, man. My personal favorite from that pass is definitely the Prime skin, Cosmic Blaze. We haven't seen it just yet in the M6 Swiss stage. Maybe it's still just not the best pick to go for when there's a Granger, when there's Bruno. And on the note of the Bruno, this ain't a random Bruno. You know, this is Benny on the Bruno. I've spoken to multiple pro players. You can see the win already for Benny there, last hitting the gold crab. But speaking to a lot of different pro players, they all have like similar opinions for Bruno on Benny, Benny on Bruno. You do not give him the Bruno, because every time you do, especially if he gets to the item power spike, he was, to put it simply, he was carrying on the Bruno before the Bruno was busted.
Yep, so far, Benny has a 100% win rate on the Bruno this Swiss stage, so it is undoubtedly a signature. But you could say the same for the opposite side, right? Moba Zane still 100% win rate on the Fredrin as well. A comfort pick that the BTK team will always go for, even if it's not necessarily the most meta. From what I've seen, it really allows them to tighten their gameplay, right? Because Moba Zane is able to contribute to opening up the map and is able to go more aggressive with a bit more of a safety net.
See, the taunt coming down, Dax already very low. Far Chicken gonna jump into the back line. Mobisane wins out the retreat battle. Minions Fury catches two, but Chicken electrifying beats onto Kid X. Royal Milk caught in the Brazers, Rat forced back. White Chicken with a double kill, and BTK with the early dub.
BTK, this is the impact really of having Mobazane on this Fredrin.
Whoa.
There, oh, Benny.
Zia, just looking for the... Oh, man. Diversion, glorious pathway. Benny still surviving for a bit, but Hoon deals the final blow to take him down to the bottom lane.
There's a very different quality to BTK's aggression when Mobazane is on a hero like this. It lets them have that dual front line while enabling Fried Chicken to be more of a aggressive enabler in the EXP lane. So it leads a bit closer to the previous meta, but it is something that they are very practiced on and have mastered to a certain extent. However, we certainly cannot count out Falcon Esports. Their ability to scale and respond to aggression towards the mid-game phase needs to be respected. So for the team from NA right now, they want to try and expand this lead as much as possible to set up space for Zia to get these stacks on Granger.
And usually you would say, you know, with a lead like this is great, right? I mean, Falcon is it's going to be tough to come back, but Falcon have always been able to come back. Dax, Spear of Alpha defensively, the diversion was perfect from Hoon, and they get the collapse. It's just so coordinated by the Bloodthirsty Kings. PX7, good Terrify there to stop Mobazane from getting a pick. Probably Chicken. Off top in a 1v1, popping electrifying beat, solo kill by Chicken! Is on a killing spree!
BTK are feeling themselves right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is a team that wants revenge for what the Burmese have put them through in previous international stages and wants to show the world that they are capable of easily making it into another M-Series knockout stage. You can tell that they are in their comfort zone, the connection, the communication, the timing.
Great Eternal Guard from PX7 there to stop whatever BTK was planning, but they still get the prio, and Zane's on the turtle.
Being able to secure this turtle would help a lot. BTK already on a 3K net worth lead. Falcon Esports, they need this one.
Minions Fury coming down. That's a retribution. Benny's the one who gets this shot. Going to be caught in the midst of it all. White Chicken jumps in with a diversion into the back. And now the electrifying beats will melt PX7. Zane falling down, but it's just Zane. That's Sonata 1 from Zia. That's a flicker from Zia. A Rhapsody, and Chicken will be dancing with the beats.
Ooh, Falcon Esports successfully securing the turtle by just dropping one by one to a relentless pursuit from the bloodthirsty Kings. You can really see that there's a little bit of a personal vendetta here. They are really chasing them down, and there's a lot of confidence in their ability to achieve that. The Joy EXP lane, not something that we've seen in a long time, but actually a surprisingly effective position for the hero, since giving her vengeance allows her to be a much bigger threat, especially now that she no longer has that CC immunity that she started off with when she was introduced. You would think that Phoveus would be a bit more effective at dealing with a dash hero, but nowadays, with the revamp that has been added to him, it's actually more difficult for him to stay on top of White Chicken.
Revenge for Royal Milk, perhaps. Chicken Low gets out. Barely there. Good calculation. The Bloodthirsty Kings, it's a bit off, right? I mean, usually when you see a Granger, especially with a Fredrin, you would think that they would play it front to back. But Bloodthirsty Kings are playing front to back with the frontliners not being as tanky as a normal front to back composition. They're playing the frontliners as divers. So with the aggression, they're able to get space for Zia to just shoot them down. I think that's a very unique way to play this front to back.
Yeah, frontliners as divers actually seems to be the traditional BTK style, right? That's the reason why Mobazane really enjoys these tankier junglers. It enables them to go for the same sort of aggressive stance that you can with a front to back, while also introducing the wild card in the EXP lane as a team fight engager. Because nowadays, we see a lot of heroes like Phoveus or Hylos who can start fights in the EXP lane, but not to the same extent as something like a Joy, for example, right?
Uh-oh. Zia gets a turret down below. Zane will just poke Royal Milk out. Zia's Detonata. That's one. Rhapsody as well. BTK corralling over the turtle.
Dangerous positioning. White Chicken in the back line.
Electrifying Beast, Glorious Pathway now to Minas Fury and Eternal Guard! 3 members knocked up, that's another knock up onto 3, but it does not matter! Zia was free to just gun them down and he's looking for more. Dax is zoned away and BTK didn't lose a single member in that skirmish.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the current meta, we are seeing more classic tank heroes like the Minotaur not having as much of an effect as it used to compared to before. It's just not tanky enough after the more recent nerfs, the HP across the board, and Minotaur not really being that tanky in the first place. Bloodthirsty Kings are just basically surviving all of the initial engagements and then turning it around on Falcon once they've run out of cooldowns.
Now they're rotating up top. The siege from BTK continues. 3 turtles, a 7,000 gold lead at 7 minutes. So far, the Bloodthirsty Kings have been able to actually get Zia into a spot where he's literally just snowballing. And we know the Granger is already a threat, right? I mean, if you're not snowballing, if you're just equally trading and equally scaling with the Granger, stacking up is already going to be a big problem. But now that Zia's 3 kills ahead, and he has so much farm on his name, I wonder how many stacks he has, right? And if it's enough already to get to technically that mid-game, or sorry, late-game power spike for Zia, even though we're in the mid-game.
I don't think it's quite to the late game power spike yet, but he has definitely started to overcome the mid game power spike for Granger, right? So this is a very comfortable position for BTK to be in. Falcon does still have the Bruno, but hold on.
Good punishment of vengeance is right there. White Chicken will still be able to survive, and actually now gets Number Spear of Alpha, but Dax falls. It's a shutdown. Ooh, Betty barely flickering out, almost getting caught by a very low Fredrin's Appraiser's Wrath. Still though, 3 for 1. Chicken dies. It's a shutdown. But it's not enough to really get a dub here in terms of trades. And there we have it. 528 stacks at 8 minutes.
Yep, definitely past the mid-game power spike now. Zia in a very, very comfortable position. And we've already mentioned this beforehand, right? When you're up against a Bruno, your goal is to end the game before the 15-16 minute mark. BTK definitely on that track right now. In fact, it's a 9k goal lead in 9 minutes. 14 kills, only 2. Falcon Esports has a draft that's okay at scaling into the late game, but they're so behind at this point. It is going to take them a miracle to be able to turn things around against BTK, and they're just continuing the pressure!
A full crush connects! Will fall Chicken dancing in the back. Benny will be able to kite away. That's Sonata, not close enough. Royal Milk body blocking the shots from Zia. They get another kill over. It's Dax and Kid X for Fried Chicken.
Oh boy, we are seeing the reason why teams are respect banning this Fredrin.
Oh, Sky Piercer.
Oh, yep, there it is. I really like this timing as well. We saw previously the Granger being played, I believe, by Twisted Minds, going for the Sky Piercer very early on to try and build stacks, but this is a better timing where Zia is already in a position to be able to get those stacks easily. The first Lord pushing up top lane usually doesn't do all that much damage, but with the amount of advantage that BTK have under their belt right now, Falcon Esports, their counter engage is not bad, but they're simply not able to dish out enough damage to actually be a threat to BTK. They cannot even survive the initial burst, not to mention deal with Mobazane.
They were slow pushing up top. Oh my god, what a shot! Oh, who gets it with the lethal ignition? Zia constantly just poking him down. Dax in the mid lane, clearing out the wave. The Lord has dealt with one. Chicken trying to look for an angle. Now the Glorious Pathway is placed down. Royal Milk will be forced to flicker out. The Yin reaction ready. Dax still able to clear out the mini waves. Lord taken down up top. And Falcon half defended. But BTK with the first Lord are able to crack a base turret open, and they're looking for more in the mid lane.
Yeah, the higher your lead is with the first Lord, the more damage you can do. And even White Chicken being teleported in.
With a diversion, out of Vengeance as well. Gets knocked out with a Minute's Fury, and Chicken should die. Sane though, in the midst of it all, still able to survive. Dashes out the safety! And Zia guns him down. One last Death Sonata earlier. 3-4-1 trade. Who looking for White Chicken? And now it's going to be Benny gunned down again. Zia with a Sky Piercer. 11 minutes, and BTK take game one.
Living up to their name, BTK is bloodthirsty for revenge, and they run down Falcon Esports without a shred of mercy. They said they were out for vengeance. They said they were out for payback, and they're showing the world what that payback looks like. A very quick and easy domination using comfort heroes and a surprise Joy EXP lane. I think our panel will have a lot to say about this one, so let's throw it back over.
Falcon Esports look like they just straight up underestimated the power of BTK so far in M6, giving some of the best heroes that BTK has played with so far in this tournament. Dare I say, that draft from Falcon felt a little bit disrespectful. They overestimated their capabilities.
They took no heed to one of BTK's most powerful tools in the playbook. The collapse. No one collapses like BTK. No one does, especially when you put a Louis into Hoon's hands, and that throwback on the Joy, the XP lane Joy. That White Chicken just tweaked a bit, threw it from all the way back in M4, made it a lethal XP core here in M6.
I mean, it's an interesting take on what the EXP should be doing, right? Because Joy can get into that backline and nobody can really stop that. But at what cost? Let's look at the item build here, because then it makes a lot more sense. Now, that very first interaction probably was the haymaker coming in from BTK, because Chicken walks away with 2 kills. Once he got that genius